Party people in the place to be. Live from 58 Dream Street, we're Jameson with Games. And the hour has truly come. Hopefully, I've said that so many times. Why do I keep saying that? This should be the end. This should be the moment. The hour should be at hand. We'll find out. Episode 18 of our Chrono Cross playthrough here. Let me just, let's fire it up. Take a minute here to... The title screen song has changed once again to this very chill song, some real Paul Simon style finger picking on the guitar, which was clearer in an earlier part of this arrangement that only had the guitar. But just take my word for it, it's a swell little song, as are really all the songs in this game. I'm just looking here, before we go in and wrap this thing up, let's take a minute and look at the characters here. Okay, so this masked guy I have not met. Don't have a clue who he is. I've seen that figurine that's clearly alive there, and I thought that I knew how to bring it to life. Like, we have an item that's supposed to bring something to life, and I tried it on that guy. I don't know. Obviously, I'm missing something there. Obviously, we know Lynx and Viper. There's Van and Korcha. There's Lena and Serge. Was Lena ever a recruitable character somehow? I don't know. We'll find out if I beat the game. Then we got Harl poking out there, or as she's also known, the 7th Dragon God. There's, Riddel, and she's holding... guy whose name I can't remember. Who we have on the team? There's, is it Miranda? A little girl. Sister of Nikki, I think. There's little not Ayla. Can't remember her name. Leah. Big dog thing I think I've met. I don't know that I recruited it. There's Draggy. I do not know this girl with the big ears in the front. I do not know the little girl in the flower costume. I don't know the little girl with the pigtails on the far left. No, that's Korcha's little sister. Was she ever recruitable? And then standing on her head, I don't know who that is. When I beat this thing, I can finally just look up who are all the characters. So why don't we see if I can beat this thing? We wound up last time... Oh, hey, you know what? I don't do this plug often enough. If you ever land on this stream... Well, the starting soon screen's still up, or you're watching it on video on demand and you let the starting soon screen play for a few seconds, maybe even the whole way, because you're just like, this is a cool tune. First of all, of course it is. Why would I make a not cool tune play during my own stream? But also, what I'd like to point out, I'm going to adjust this camera a little, is that all the music that I play during the starting soon screens in this game is by Aaron Hodges Boyle, and you can find a link to his Bandcamp in my About section. And he's got a lot of music that you can listen to. And it covers a range. A lot of it's very video gamey, but there's a lot of jazz influence in there, and there's some metal now and then. Just a wide range of cool tunes, often with weird time signatures and key switches and all that kind of stuff that a very intellectual young man might do in his compositions. So check that out. You can even pay for some of his songs. Like $1 to download them. Why not? Support artists. Okay, before we truly get down to business here, because last time, I'll catch you up to where we are. We beat the Dragon God. The Dragon Gods formed up like Voltron and we kicked their ass. Now the Devourer of Time has revealed itself. It's all coming to a head. Right where it all started. On Opassa Beach. But before we go there, let me take a moment here. Let's return to the weird dummy, which I think is in this town, in this version of this town. If it's not, then maybe I've lost my shot, because we are not, I don't think, going to be able to return via Opassa Beach to the other dimension, since Opassa Beach is now where we're going, to wrap this whole thing up. Trying to stop the Devourer of Time from presumably devouring all of time. So it's this house then. We're in the basement. Is it? Is it? Yep, here's the basement. Is this the one where the weird guy is? It is. Okay, let's try something here. Yeah, she's not gonna run. So, okay, what's the item that I thought might be the answer to animating something, and that I then landed on? Oh, it's just a life sparkle. It can bring together botanical energy that will give life to the Neopheo. Well, if this works, which I don't think it's going to, because I'm pretty sure I tried it before. But if it works, this will be our last little discovery before I go to the end game. Nothing. Can I show you the life sparkle? No. Okay, well, there's obviously a beam of light from Lasery the cat. Not... What? What are you on about here? Did I feel a... Okay. So these cat statues are messing with me. And it keeps saying not, but then it also seems like the things it described are happening. Did I feel a lickaroo or not? Could have been... This game could have been much clearer on that particular question. Oh well. Alright. Without further ado, let's see if we can save the entire, everything. All of time. Every dimension, every timeline that could exist. Every place in every timeline. Every person in every timeline. It'd be cool if we could. What do we do here? Oh no. You know what I should have done before I started this episode? I should have rewatched the ending of last week's episode to remember the exact dialogue that came down. But let's try this. Oh, we have the time... it's probably just using the time egg, isn't it? Okay. Or not. Okay, hold on. What is the time egg? Oh, dear. How could I do this to myself? Well, the same way I did it every other time in this playthrough. Legendary item, complete enigma, breaks the bonds of time. Okay, well, if I just use the amulet, will something happen? Like something other than just teleporting me to the first world? Looks like no. But... It's a no but. Because this is the actual specific version of Opassa Beach. Where it all began. And would you look at who's hanging out here. And also, what's different. Excuse me, Luca. So you finally made it, Serge. When did this sorry tale all begin? Was it 10 years ago when you almost drowned here? Or was it 14 years ago when you were wounded by the panther demon that attacked you? That resulted in you being carried to Chronopolis, where you came into contact with fate and the frozen flame. Or perhaps it was 2,400 years in the future, when the time crash hurled Chronopolis back to prehistoric times. Hey girls, my cat's here talking to me. But they are wrong if they think it's that particular time. Gotta wait for that, girls. Or could it even have been 12,000 BC, when an ancient magical kingdom met its end after trying to use Lavos? Each is close to being correct, and yet, at the same time, so far from the right answer. The true beginning was during the destruction of the ancient kingdom of Zeal. As the palace collapsed around her, Princess Schala was sucked into a dimensional vortex, along with the Lavos Mammon machine. Schala and Lavos became unified into one, even more powerful entity that would evolve into the Devourer of Time. So that's one specific Schala. because at least some Schalas became Kid, right? Right? Filled with the hatred and sadness of Lavos, half of Schala's mind became set on destroying all of existence. Yet at the same time, the other half of her mind desired to save the universe and to be rescued herself. As Schala fell through the time gate in this condition, she heard your crying, echoing through time. That is when her story and yours began to intertwine. It is also when the past and future began to intersect, and when the world became divided into two. Led by the pitiful crying, the young Serge made as the panther demon's poison took hold of him. Yes, Serge, the sound of your crying touched the heart of Princess Schala. Before the destructive mindset could become dominant, she cloned herself and sent her copy into this dimension. Okay, so that's how it's not that Schala, not just a timeline gimmick. A literal split-off clone. Schala left her baby daughter clone with her ancient magical pendant. This was to safeguard her daughter clone in life and death situations. Daughter, clone, she's my daughter, she's my clone. Little Chinatown reference for you all. Hey, Abra. Hi. The pendant would rewind time a little, sending her daughter clone into a safer point in the immediate past. That's right. Kid is Shala's daughter clone. Now we get it much more explicitly than we ever got it at the end of Radical Dreamers or in Illusions earlier in this very game. You're wrong. On me. I ain't no Shala's daughter a clone. Yes, that's right, kid. If that's how you feel, I think Princess Schala would have wanted it to be that way too. And now, a boat project kit. The time control project that Balthazar planned it. Very nice of Luca to wait here to clarify the game's mysteries for us. The whole project existed to lead you to this one special point in time. The founding of Chronopolis, the time crash, and the battle between Fate and the Dragon Gods. It was all coordinated, so you would get your hands on the Chrono Cross and come to this place. But I don't think the game... I have the Chrono Cross. And I think it's going to be essential to doing the alternate way to finish this final battle that the characters have alluded to. But I don't think I was ever forced to acquire the Chrono Cross. Or maybe at this point Luca would be like, you have to go get the Chrono Cross, Serge. I guess I'll find... That's another thing I can learn after I win. Of course, Kid was not to know anything about this whole plan until later. Further in the future, she is meant to travel back 10 years in time from now to save Serge from drowning. Kid was also meant to call Serge into the other world as he spoke with Lena here on Opassa Beach. Well, she pulled that off. Oh, and Serge didn't drown in this timeline. You're our last hope, our final chance. Only you, who came into contact with Schala and Kid, Shala's clone daughter, can do it. Thank you for clarifying once more the complex relationship between Kid and Schala. Luca. In the darkness that exists on the other side of time, Schala has been integrated with the Devourer of Time. Please, Serge, release Princess Schala from the binds of that monster and her own hatred. I don't know if I'd actually be willing to stand by this if I sat down and listened to the whole Chrono Trigger soundtrack, but I think Shala's theme is my favorite song on that soundtrack. Show us, the life forms that exist on this planet, what our new future will be. You said it, kid. This is heavy. Excuse me, young Chrono. I'm most disturbed by the prospect of you having dialogue here. If he starts talking... There's no denying that this is Chrono talking. There's no ambiguity here. My childhood theory that Chrono is a literal mute protagonist is in shambles. Where even angels lose their way. 10 years ago, you died at this very spot. There's no mistake. You drowned. The truth is, this world, in which you're still alive, is the irregularity. This is the false reality. 10 years ago, it was Lynx who tried to kill you at this beach. After Prometheus broke the link between Fate and the Flame, Fate tried to eliminate any obstacle that stood in its way. In the meantime, the 6 dragons had sent Harl forth to try and gain possession of the flame. Harl made contact with Fate's biological incarnation, Lynx, and tricked him into temporarily joining forces. The elimination of the Prometheus circuit's lock on the frozen flame was everyone's top priority. Lynx and Harl abducted Luca, who alone could release the Prometheus lock that guarded the flame, but the whole attempt only ended in failure, so they waited for you to appear instead. You see, Fate calculated that you would one day cross the dimensions and try to make contact with the flame. I don't know how to break this to you, but Lynx was actually your father, Watsuki. Probably Watsuki. Drawing closer to the flame caused him to become unstable, and the image of you dying in terror changed him completely. Finally, after having his psyche totally eroded, he lost his soul and was easily integrated by Fate. Fate turned Watsuki into a biological interface, modeling him for your worst fear at the time, a panther. Although Watsuki managed to escape from Chronopolis with you, he later completely succumbed to Fate. Humans are such fragile, disjointed, imperfect things. Love and hate, life and death. Perhaps even Fate itself dreamed of using the flame to someday reincarnate itself into a new species. It's quite sad, really. It's like when you gaze into the flame gazes back into you. Whew. Chrono had a lot to get off his chest, now that he had a moment to just speak freely. A new species is about to be born on this planet, an alien life form even more evolved than the old Lavos. At the darkness beyond time, the weakened Schala came under the influence of Lavos, and the two became one entity. It is now up to you, the one whom the frozen flame has chosen as its arbiter. You alone can decide how the new Lavos, which has a caged Schala within it, will evolve from here. Your actions will determine whether in the future all time is devoured by Lavos, sending the world into everlasting death. Balthasar foresaw this was going to happen in his world in the year 2300, and he was determined to prevent it from happening no matter what it took. The Chrono Cross. It alone can combine the sounds of the planet that the 6 types of elements produce. The melody and harmony that brims within all life forms. Use the song of life to heal her enmity and suffering. We entreat you, Serge. Please save Schala. Okay, so I strongly believe, and I am going to excuse myself, children, before I save all of time, to have an official save where I've listened to you, just because if I fail at this battle, I gotta do it again. It won't feel quite right to go in without talking to them, even if I know what they say. Alright, so here we go. Now, all these allusions to, ever since the new system where a chime sounds and a circle appears of the color of the element that I just used in battle, which started only in the Dragon God's Tower in the first place, as soon as that appeared, and as soon as I realized that after there are 7 circles, any new circle just pushes one out, that was when I locked onto the idea. There are 7 elements we know now, because we got this Chrono Cross. So what if we could get all 6 of the others into the field, and then drop the Chrono Cross to complete it, have all 7 in the field? Would something cool happen? And I managed, I think, to pull it off once in the Dragon God boss fight, but nothing happened. But I strongly suspect I was on the right track, and that is going to pay off here at the end of all of time. So do I use the time egg here? Let's find out. Yep. No beginning, no end. Intense. So yeah, I get the sense that regardless of, like, maybe there's a ton of endings, like in Chrono Trigger. Maybe a lot of those are only New Game Plus accessible, like Chrono Trigger. I don't know. But I definitely feel like just the main line is landing at a how you win this fight decides if you get the saved Shala's soul ending or the just killed Schala ending. And that saving Shala's soul will be, as Marl kind of kindly underlined for us just now, playing the song of all existence by getting the 6 regular elements in the field Not in the field, but in the circle and the bell lineup. And then drop in the Chrono Cross. Let's go find out. I've done no prep. The funnel gate, which leads to the darkness of time. Yeah. Looks like this is finally it. Come on! I shall do my best. For the sake of the people I love, both those I have lost and those I have gained. Come on, Serge, mate. You don't want to keep the girl waiting any longer. She's been waiting for you and only for you. And for over 10,000 years, I might add. If the world's going to be destroyed, then let it be destroyed. If history is going to be changed, then let it bloody will be changed. I'll show you what the radical dreamers really dream about. I've done no prep at all. Didn't look at my loadouts or anything. That's fine. If we have to do it more than once, ooh, this is cool. I shouldn't talk about this. Oh, it was actually very brief. Okay. Ominous. No music. It's the time Devourer. Well, I mean, let's get right down to business. I'll have Serge land hits to get as much elemental power as he can, because eventually he's going to need full elemental power to unleash the Chrono Cross. I was hoping, and not expecting it to turn out that way, that the time Devourer wouldn't itself be complicating this task by throwing in other elements. But we go to war with the army we have. So if this is the situation, we will do our best. Alright. Green is out there. What else do we need to put out there? Well, I mean, all of the other ones. Let's get a yellow in the field. Hopefully the time Devourer doesn't also do a yellow. I mean, that's going to be the tricky part here, right? Especially because we only get one shot at putting the Chrono Cross out there. I certainly hope, this thought only just occurred to me, that there's no order here where the tones have to be like rising or some nonsense. If it turns out there's something more, like I can't figure out how to get the ending today in all of my efforts, then we have to, I really need my Wednesday evenings back, but if it comes to it, if it's what we have to do, we'll slog onward. Alright, Riddel. Wait, do you have a cure all in blue? Because that'd be grand. No such luck. Okay, well, give Kid a cure plus. Kid. I can also use things. Okay. I can use things on the time Devourer, even when they're healings, which I don't think has been an option for me in previous fights. No, don't do Omega Green. Well, green's the first one that'll get pushed out here. I don't know what the plan is for controlling this thing when I don't know. I don't have advanced knowledge of what the time Devourer seems to like green, obviously. Beyond that, I don't know anything what the time Devourer is up to. So let's just do the... Let's start out by assuming that maybe the color gimmick is the whole answer to the final fight. Okay. White and black. Serge. And some hits. Full elements. Oh wait, of course. Oh, this is problematic. I mean, if it's always going to use green, that's at least something we can work with. Let's not worry about putting green of our own out. let's have a... we must have a recover all, right? Do you have at least one recover all here, Serge? Siege? Nay. Okay. Okay. Well, what do you have in a black? Can't see Hell Soul pulling it off here. Get the gravity blow out there. We'll just work on this. And we'll see what we can do. Obviously, Riddel, landing a few blows here, will be using either Recover All, or I'll have her use... How did we all get partial? We don't... Zoe! I'm glad you're here for this. I'm very excited. I don't know what the answer... I have the theory, obviously, that I want to line up so I've got the 6 elements on the right side of this thing, and then drop the Chrono Cross in for the 7th element, have the whole thing. I don't know if that is like... that changes the game for the boss fight, or if it ends the boss fight, or if I'm completely on the wrong track here. That's exciting. And I wouldn't want you to tell me if you could. How did we all get into decimal places for our stamina? What is going on here? Okay. What more do we need? Okay. The 4 rightmost ones. Okay, so yellow and blue are the ones that are not on the right side of the green right now. That's easy enough. Well, blue is not easy enough. Kid's got no blue in the world. But she's got yellow, and we do need to make sure we don't die. So there we go. Capsule. I brought the most plot-appropriate trio that I could think of to the final fight here. Well, this part is a bit torturous in the sense that Serge is the one who I need to do the Chrono Cross 7th element. Oh, that's okay. You're here at all, and that's what counts. And, you know, who knows? Even with you having to leave, Serge just gets another turn? Hold on here. Well, we're going to find out the answer immediately. Let me just double check here. The 6 elements on the right are red, green, black, white, yellow, blue. The 6 of them! Serge is fully charged. The long-lost element of the 7th color attribute. Okay. What's gonna happen? Hey! My little jumping dude there is expressing it exactly. Thanks for subscribing. Okay, well, the immediate result is that nothing has happened. This could be really, really terrible. Or it could be fine. I don't know. I guess for the moment, what I'll do is I'll just land some hits, bide my time here. Did it do literally nothing? Yeah, like it didn't make her thing disappear. The bubble, and now it's all gone. It erased the whole thing. What does that mean? I don't know. Well, okay. I mean, most likely I only get the one shot with the Chrono Cross. Although Riddel has her Snake Fangs thing. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to land some hits. Because all she's going to do is All we're getting here is just endless green from the Devourer of Time. Okay. For the moment, I want to get back to Serge so that I can just take a look at a fully charged Serge element array before I do anything more here. I'm curious. It's just going to keep on. Alright. So, like, this is in no real sense a final battle, so far at least, that, like, you know, is pressing me to you know, use my tactics effectively. I do have the Chrono Cross back. Okay. So, what if it has to be Chrono Cross first, and then the others? I don't know. Let's put the Chrono Cross out again. If this turns out to also just have a resurrect kid effect, that'd be cool. But if not, we'll have Riddel take care of that. Alright, so now we'll try on the right side of that, although maybe when the Chrono Cross gets pushed out, the whole thing goes blank, in which case we have to try to get the Chrono Cross in the first position, and then try all 7, which would be very, very hard with the thing spamming green alone. I don't know. If the answer here is that the general idea of getting all 7 up there is right, but also they have to go in the right order to, like, play a specific melody, that's going to hurt my soul. There's only one way to find it. And, you know, if I wind up winning this fight, getting the bad ending, I'll still be learning something, experiencing some content. 5 plus 4. We will now have white in the field on the right side of the Chrono Cross. Okay. When the Chrono Cross is in there, it strips the whole thing out no matter what. I don't know what to make of that. Anything that goes at... Okay. Okay. Alright. Here's what it is. Okay, what kind of group curing ability? Oh, great. A green heal all. And a white recover all. But then we already have white. Okay. Trying one more time. To get all 6 colors and drop the Chrono Cross in there. Why didn't I do a color? I just wasn't thinking. Okay. Well, Riddel can do something. I'll let you know. I've come so far. Figuring it out bit by bit. It's hard to... I don't have a general problem admitting when I need help. But I'm resistant to doing so right now. We'll see. We'll see. Well, I mean, obviously this breaks the whole idea of getting 7 colors in there, followed by the Chrono Cross. He's just utterly disrupted by this green nonsense. I can't like... Only the Chrono Cross can... etc., etc., all the tones. Well... What we shall do for now is just keep on seeing what happens. Nah, we'll do the red pin just because it's a fun, cool looking move. Oh, I should have tried to pilfer. That's actually a particularly fun and cool move. But if nothing else, we can say that this boss, this final boss fight is not really trying to push us to the limit. Okay. We could do another white. Probably nothing's going to happen when I do it. Okay. Good enough to know that the Chrono Cross just keeps coming back. And I've already established... Be nice if Panacea could be used on everybody. Obviously I can't use Revive right now due to the curse of no one being dead. Ah, Photon Beam. Of course he's gonna go green. British, welcome. Here we are, it's the Devourer of Time, the very base form of my theory that I could make those 7 circles represent first the 6 main elemental colors we've been dealing with and then drop the Chrono Cross in and that would cause something to happen, has been conclusively disproven. But the general idea is I'm clearly moving in the right direction because Serge keeps getting the Chrono Cross back. It's not a time use thing in this context. Okay. What can we do? Ooh. Well, holy healing, but we already have the white on this side of things. Even though it would be grand to be all healed up right now. I'll use Mere Cure for the sake of blue. Who needs it the most? Serge, oddly enough. What are you so afraid of, Riddel? And there's also this thing where now I can use elements on the Devourer of Time even when they're recovery elements. What could that mean? Could it be that it's not just getting all 7 elements in there, I have to use... No, it can't be you have to use all 7 elements on that thing and not on yourselves, because that would be utterly impossible with the thing constantly using greens on us. Well, another green. Okay. Don't know. I suppose it could be as simple as I just need to seal it. If I can seal its elements, I could get around this problem. Well, let's do the unknown, inexplicable Chrono Cross. Just for the sake of doing it. And then I will get Riddel to full, and let's see, does she have a sealing thing? Diminish, but that's not gonna... That won't address the issue. This is the problem that I obviously have created for myself by not even looking at my loadout before I came here. I guess it doesn't matter in terms of seeding that row, so whatever I use is just gone now. Like it's gonna clear out that field. So let's recover all. Field goes blank. White is in there. going to be in there. Does Kid have anything that would seal this thing right now? Of course not. Well, fire pillar. Put the red out. Do they have to be lined up each with their opposite? I suppose that could be a thing. I guess like a white, black, red, blue, green, yellow, Chrono Cross. Seems like the perfect shape would be with the Chrono Cross exactly in the middle. But we do not have the capacity to achieve that at this point. And you're going to do some green nonsense, aren't you? Otherwise, I mean, I'll try to... No, can't get around. Omega green. Okay. Oh no. Kid's in trouble. Well. Let's do the holy healing. Why not? Might even be able to get it back with snake fangs eventually. Another possibility, I guess, would be, given that whatever element goes in after the Chrono Cross wipes out that whole row, maybe it's a matter of wiping it out with each of the other 6, but that doesn't make any sense because why would it have a row of 7? We're gonna figure this out anyway. The time will come when we understand what the hell was going on here. Huh. Sudden change to yellow. But why? Why would you change all of a sudden? I really hope I'm not supposed to be inferring something based on the pitch. Oh, hey, here's something I see what you're saying, British. What I will say, in defense here, is that this game revealed the true final boss twice, right? And so we had the Dragon God true final boss revealed after we defeated Fate last week, and it had a song that slapped. So, in a sense, they went both ways. They went with moody ambiance for the final boss fight, but they also went with just a great epic song. But what I just noticed, and this is important, none of our elements are actually being expended. It's mainly important in the sense that it confirms that obviously part of the story here is about not part of the story. The whole story is about what we do with that row. It's giving us unlimited tries. Is that true of everything? It is strange. But it's strange in an evocative way. One nice thing is that the worst case scenario here is just me winning, and as a result of winning, yeah, nothing's getting lost. I win, we get to see the bad ending, assuming that I'm right that we're at a forking path here. Yeah, let's temporarily increase Kid's magic defense. Sure. Started off with a white. Okay. If placing the Chrono Cross in the middle is at all part of the story here, we can do that this round if the Devourer of Time does one, but doesn't do a second one prior to Serge getting something out. So let's try. Oh, the pain of a corrupted save game. Here's one of my main JRPG corrupted save game memories. The original Dragon Quest. Or Dragon Warrior, as it was called when they brought it. Oh, no, wait, I can't do it because Serge can't get to full... Okay. So, I don't know. Because now it's going to do... Okay, we can work with this. We can't work with this to get the Chrono Cross in the middle, but we can do the definition of insanity deal by trying again with getting all 7 out there, and then putting the Chrono Cross as a cherry on top. Does Kid have a black down here? She sure does. She's got a few. Oh, but then Serge doesn't need much stamina to get to level 8. Of course, it's a true definition of insanity, in the sense that I've done it several times already and it doesn't work. Why would it suddenly work? But what if it did? How cool would that be? One of the many things I would finally get to look up upon victory would be why? Why did that work? Let's see. Is there any kind of perfect parabolic elemental opposition thing going on here? No. If the blue and the green were reversed, then we would have opposites on the end, and but even that would obviously imply that you wanted the Chrono Cross in the middle. I don't know, but I mean, the fact that we're just at this final boss and it's not a real final boss in the sense of like pushing us to the limit. Makes me very we have plenty of time to mess around tonight. And then I start getting real short on time to mess around. Thunderstorm. So much cooler than if they called the move Thunderstorm. Okay. Well. Okay, I might as well just keep trying different ways to do this. And once again, okay. Could we plausibly get the Chrono Cross in the middle here? Maybe. Probably not. Might as well give it a try. Kid, you put... black. I'll try to make... Okay. I don't see how it could possibly pull it off. But I'll try to make a perfect pattern with the Chrono Cross in the middle if putting the Chrono Cross in the middle even allows you to complete the thing. What we gotta do... Here's the problem. Serge needs to cause a whole lot of time to pass. Probably result in the boss attacking him. Hasn't yet though. Okay. So then I would want a blue here. Now. Can't do a pattern, can't get the Chrono Cross in the middle. What could we try here? It doesn't make any sense, so I don't see why it would work, but... I don't know, let's not magnify. Why don't we just recover all? Can't hurt to do that now and then. So it goes yellow, black, blue, green, yellow. I mean white. So 3, and then the next 3 are the antonyms of the first 3, but not in an in-out way, just in an ABC way. I don't have a strong underlying theory here for why this would turn out to be the answer. But okay. That is pretty much what I needed Serge to do at this moment. This isn't going to be the answer. Cool if it was, though. Magma bomb. Just if the thing doesn't act, at least we can try it. Went back to Serge. Ah, this kid had no stamina. I thought, is there some significance to it jumping me back to Serge? But of course there is not. No, that does nothing. Land some hits. It does thunderstorm. Try again. And we're gradually causing damage, so something happens eventually, no matter what. Okay. Well, put a blue out there. Wait. No, it has not told me that. It has explicitly told me that, hey, the Chrono Cross and those tones and the way that it's showing you what elements have been played is explicitly the key to winning this battle the right way. So in that sense, it's told me what the Chrono Cross does. But it has not said, like, here's the practical effect. It still just says effect unknown and we can't see anything clearly happening. The only thing I can say for sure it does is that once it's in that row, if another element gets used, the whole thing goes away and you start over. Any other case where the row is, even if the row is full and you put another one in, it just pushes one off. So, I don't know. Alright. Fairly soon I gotta feed these cats. Okay. Not just defend. I don't have any theory of what I'm doing here. I'm gonna okay. What I'm officially trying to do right now is get the Chrono Cross into the middle position and see if that does anything at all. Oh, it's doing red. This, of course, complicates the goal of... Do we all live? We all lived. Alright, so obviously... Okay. Serge needs to land hits. Success. Riddel needs to recover all. Hell. Riddel needs to wholly heal it. Why would we let Kid go on with an ankle spraining in this urgent situation? Everyone's doing great? Okay. Kid, do 1 weak attack, because I can't remember if when you defend it restores any stamina to the others. Stop. Serge, land 1 weak attack. Okay, well, we're gonna find out if the Chrono Cross in the middle means anything. Okay. And we might as well also see if we can make a parabola here. At the same time. So, if this doesn't wipe out that row, holy moly, something's happened. We've learned something. And I guess we've also learned something if it does wipe out the row. We know that the middle positioning has nothing to do with anything. I love how even the mightiest boss... Okay, yeah. Middle position means nothing. Okay. It could also be some order gimmick. Maybe it is a 6-piece parabola of inverted somethings. And then the Chrono Cross. It's gonna get painful if I need to make a chart of all possible permutations, and then we try them all possible orders. For now, I mean, a red would be the thing to do here anyways. Black, green, red. And then we try to go back with blue, yellow, white, Chrono Cross. Anyone watching who knows the answer to this, do not spoil it. And don't even give me a hint yet. But start thinking of a clever way to give me a hint that is not a full-on spoiler. I'll request it if I get desperate. More desperate. I do feel fairly desperate already. No! Alright. Ooh. Maybe it did. Maybe. Because there's some stamina recovery for any element. The one thing I know for sure is that Serge certainly doesn't get his stamina back after using the Chrono Cross. Well. I do not have a good enough ear for music, and I have a pretty good ear, but I don't have a good enough ear to keep track of these tones and, like, conceive the scale. Okay. You know what? I do have to feed the cats. Hang tight, gang. We'll keep on listening to the wind sounds, banging my head against the wall. Just a minute. Okay, cats are fed. I was about to say no further interruptions anticipated, but I suppose it would be pretty crummy of me if Danielle got home and I didn't go say hi. So maybe there will be one more interruption. But okay, here are the thoughts that I had while I was feeding the cats. As much as it hurts to say this, there's not a wolf. Hello! Spoiler warning for Chrono Cross. We're at the very end. How are you, Arizona Wolf? So, yeah. So let's break some of this down. Some of the thoughts that I just had. It's painful to accept, but given what we've tried, what we haven't tried, but especially what we've tried, and what we've tried and it hasn't worked, and what we know about how these elements are appearing and they're playing a tone. And they've said that the dialogue was all about how, you know, only the Chrono Cross can unite all of the tones into the one melody or the one harmony or whatever. Order probably matters, right? Like, we know that just all 7 is not going to do it. So in one sense, there are a lot of different possible permutations of 6 colors. Before we definitely have to put the Chrono Cross at the end. That's one thing we can say. If order matters, then Chrono Cross has to be number 7 because it literally can't be in any other position, and the whole thing be complete. I should be writing some stuff down as I think this through. 7 spots. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know for sure that number 7 has got to be the Chrono Cross. So then we only need to think of 6, but of course there are many, many possible combinations. However, let's add this thought in. The very first element in this battle, at least this time, but it seems quite possible every time, because the first element was used by the boss, and the boss was using nothing but green early on, but it also uses yellow. So yellow or green? So I think those are the 2 most likely candidates for position 1. Then the thing with a 6-element scale like this, which Gloomhaven also uses, is that you've got the 4 classical elements with your green, yellow, blue, and red. And then you've got the white and the black, the yin and the yang, the light and the darkness. Probably those are discrete groupings, right? Probably, and I don't know what order would be. But probably positions 5 and 6 need to be black and white. That leaves us with fewer possible combinations, but still an awful friggin' lot. And there's the risk here of winning this battle by mistake and getting the bad ending while experimenting. But I guess we can live with that. Okay. Well. You know what? Let's start fresh with it. I'm going to Chrono Cross this thing. Or maybe I'm not, just because Serge has lost his mojo. No, okay. Let's Chrono Cross it. Get her back to the start. Yeah, the thing was using green constantly at the start, so probably green is the first color. But let's try it with yellow. Okay, so if yellow is the first color, then what's next? Okay. But it used yellow one, or red one. So I was going to say, the thing always uses yellow and green, and those would be spaced out. So maybe yellow is to be first and green is last, or green is first and yellow is last of the four. But no, that doesn't add up. So let's, well. Alright. Thanks, Zoe. Thank you for stopping by. Always glad to have you here. Hey, folks, if you like No Man's Sky, you know, space exploration, but with much better than EGA graphics from watching me play Starflight, check out Zoe's channel. She's doing No Man's Sky a lot, which I know nothing about, so I can't tell you if she's doing a great job playing the game or not. And Stardew Valley today, people love that. There's a character in Stardew Valley who looks exactly like me. I assume he's the most beloved character. So yeah, check out her stream. I have only been able to catch like 15 minutes of it once, but it was what I expected, which was... Yeah, Holmes, I've never played Stardew Valley, but a friend of mine just like into our D&D group chat just oh, sorry, let me finish my first thought and then talk about this Henry thing. Okay, so we've done yellow. Oh no, kid doesn't have any why did I do should have done blue. All right. Well, I did that to myself. Okay. I guess kid's just going to fight for now. Yeah. So, yeah, I've only caught 15 minutes of Zoe's stream once, but it was exactly what I expected it would be, which is to say that it was a very chatty, charismatic, pretty person. Not that that's the most important thing in the world. Just you know, playing a game and saying all kinds of things. So if you're into that, and you must be because you're on Twitch, check it out. Okay. 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 So Serge has got to do blue, and then we just got to hope this thing just shuts the hell up. And we'll try some combination of black and white. I gotta feel... it feels like this is the answer, even as it also feels like this is madness. So hard to pull off. Okay, do we have a... Okay, so now it's just... Do we go black, white, or white, black? I'm gonna go white, black the first time. Blank page in my notepad here. Got all my theory, but I can remember the theory. Okay, it's not jumping in. Oh, but Serge won't have any stamina if Kid doesn't fight a bunch. It's gonna jump in. Will it jump in and do a black for the first time just to be a bro? No, so we're getting the bad ending. Okay, cool. Let's find out the bad ending. I'm assuming, again. Okay, Devourer of Time is doing something to Schala. Oh no. Shala's gone. Into the aether. It closes. Okay, so they made this. Okay, so it's unambiguously the bad ending. They didn't want any mystery. They didn't want any possibility that you would get the ending and be like, well, that's the only ending. They wanted you to get this ending and go, this doesn't seem right. Something's missing. I missed something. Okay. I guess I'll watch it. Yeah, well, I think the interpretation would be, no, I was gonna say the interpretation would be all time is gone, so nothing ever happens. But that doesn't quite make sense. But it's literally bad in the sense of like, geez, come on, put over 50 hours of my life into following this narrative, and you're giving me like the Eye of the Beholder ending. Oh yeah, so yeah, my buddy in the D&D chat just one day just posted a screenshot of this Henry or Harry character from Stardew Valley, and I was like, "Is that? Like, did you learn pixel art and just your first picture was like a really good picture of me?" And then he clarified it was Stardew Valley, and then he started sharing fan art. I shut him down pretty early. Like I didn't, because I haven't gone looking. But obviously, hey, there's like a professional swimmer here. I should be paying more attention to this. What's going on? There's the, you know, the bad future, in the Chronopolis or whatever. Things disappearing off the walls, dragons flying around. I can't interpret any narrative out of these little snippets. I think they're all just memories. They have this weird black and white quality that suggests something amiss. At any rate, I'd skip through this, but I have a personal rule that I watch the credits the whole way the first time. And I suppose I could just say, well, this isn't really the first time, so we're going to get the good ending. That's the real ending. That's what we actually want. But I think I better just stick to my basic principle. Okay. What's this? This is just footage, isn't it? That doesn't look like an animation from this game. I don't know. Lots of crazy stuff going on over here. Yeah, so we shared like some fan art where this guy's got his like his shirt unbuttoned, but nothing completely wild. It seems very plausible both that you could have got it the first time, or like even okay. I feel pretty confident now that it's just order is the answer, especially now that I know that like I can't make a shape where the Chrono Cross is in the middle, and just all 7 doesn't do it. It doesn't seem impossible to just land on the order by luck if you had the basic idea, which they spell out pretty heavily for you. That we gotta do something with this new row of elements. At the same time, also seems very possible to just be like, oh god, they haven't given me enough clues that I would like to have the good outcome here. Okay. Do we get a probably no post-credit scene either. Finn. Oh, new music is playing. Something going to happen? No, we shall not save the game. Oh, you know what? We can save in a separate file, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know what I'll ever use that for. And then this is a post-credit scene encouraging me to do a New Game Plus, or is this just the opening? Yeah, this is just the opening. You know what? I never thought about it before just now. That is obviously Serge's point of view as he drowns, or almost drowns, depending on whether or not Schala's daughter clone is there to save him. Okay, Mask Man. Alright, let's try this again. We've done all this dialogue. Not that it would be literally necessary to do it all again, but I would feel weird if it hadn't officially happened. But it's happened. The funnel get. No, I'm not reading the line again. I'm all off on my vowel substitutions. Not that I'm not trying to claim I was ever nailing the Kiwi accent, but I'm just a mess today. Wow. Come on, Serge, mate. You don't wanna keep the girl waiting any longer. There. She's waiting for you and for only 10,000 years, I might add. If the world's gonna be destroyed, then let it be destroyed. Let it be destroyed. Next time I'm doing a narrative JRPG, I'm gonna go easier on myself with the range of voices I try to pretend I can do. At the very least, no super specific accents. Okay. Is the field the clue? Should we try to start with yellow and then red? That's what we're gonna do. It's official. We're just going to ignore it. We're pushing that out. I don't know. There's no reason. It's because it's what I was trying to do before. If anything, it seems like the game is telling me to do green first. But let's try this. And then let's try to also trust that red was a thing. Oh, man, but then... Oh, well, it is what it is. Kid can't do a blue because I didn't give her any blue. I really should have. If I'm doing this the third time, obviously I will. But there's no, like, look... Oh, wait. I forgot to do anything with Riddel. Hooray! Problem solved. Unless... Yellow-blue. I really don't feel like it's going to be yellow-blue, and also Kid is dead now. Is there any easy way that I can just... You know what? This will probably be faster than trying to get back on our feet in the battle and then get back to doing the thing. And it'll give me a chance to give Kid some blue, just in case. Just in case! There's no reason that all three of these people, given that the elements come back endlessly, they should all be capable of all six here, because it's not really that hard to give them each one of the 6 colors. And Serge, the 7th. Feels right, narratively, for Serge to be the one who's going to bust out the 7th. Let's do that out here so we save. Alright, Cud. Have a nice blast instead of that fireball. Okay. So she's got 4 of them there. And she's got a green. White, red, blue, black, yellow. It's 5. And a green there. Good. I just want them all to you know what? Why wouldn't I just make it so they all have all 6 colors available at level 1? Even if it turns out to have to be a Bush Basher -2. Yes, that is the most frustrating part. I was hoping, once it turned out that the Dragon God... Oh, what have I just done? I have no idea. Once I found out... fine. Take a heal, all -3. Once I realized that the Dragon God was not the final boss, my sincere hope was that the Devourer of Time would be a non-elemental boss that just did attacks. No luck. Okay, what I should also consider here... Okay, hold on. Let me do the thing I said I would do. Boom, 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 boom. All we need is green in here. Have a bush basher. -2. Okay, but then also, back to the elements. Okay, what's the one that you can, how do you shut down the, oh well, we have more options for holy healing. Not that it matters. The challenge with this fight is not living through it. I know there's a silence or seal element. But what is it called? I've even used it before. Wait, is it just negate magic? The one that we do have equipped? Oh, I'm just misremembering what that does. Hold on. Negate magic is here. Temporarily annuls foes' magic attacks. Maybe. If that works, we'd really be cooking with gas. Okay. For now, the only remaining thing to check is that Serge has... Okay, what is he missing here? He doesn't have a white at level 1, which is probably not a big deal. But if I've got a white that will fit there, I might as well give it to him. I don't. Do I have a blue that'll fit there? Yeah. Have a weak numble. Sure. Okay. I'm confused momentarily. 54. Okay. Okay. I temporarily, because it put me on this one first. I was like, wait a minute, am I about to save over my save game? With an old file? And I'm not, and yet. I'm gonna... Now I've made myself afraid. Probably of nothing. Jumping at shadows here. Okay. We're gonna try right away to see if negate magic can be used on this thing. If it can, we still have to figure out the order, and that depends on the order is the solution matter being right, which it probably is. It feels right. Pretty much easier to try. We can seal this thing's magic. Feels like the field is telling me to do yellow-red first. Well, hold on. If it's yellow-red first, and then the only questions in my mind are two possible orders. There's green-blue, blue-green, and there's white-black, black-white. So, that if it's yellow-red, then it could be green-blue, black-white, or green-blue, white-black, or blue-green, black-white. Okay. If it's yellow-red, there's actually only 4 permutations here. Combinations, permutations. Sorry, folks. All I have are arts degrees. Okay. Alright, Riddel. A lot is riding on you pulling off this negate magic, which I'm not even sure you can get to. Yes, you can. Oh, single ally. Never mind. It's not even a silence thing. I was so sure that there was some kind of silence thing. Okay. In that case, let's prioritize here the obvious healing that we need. And then we're going to try yellow first. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, do your stupid green. For now, we're ignoring it. Okay, here goes. Here goes nothing. Electro Bolt. Yellow. Serge will land. 2 weak attacks. And then drop some red. Drop a weak red. Who needs a wee tiny bit of healing? Serge might as well take it. Okay. So we have yellow red. Given that this thing's gonna do blue when we give it the opportunity. Let's land a hit or two. Hopefully, you know what? I don't even want to land a second hit. Let's do blue. So we're going to try yellow, red, blue, green, and then white, black, black. All right. We've got the yellow, red, blue, green part. We just need black and white. Serge has all the stamina he needs, so we won't overdo it here. Let's say, feels like white would be the first one. We're in. Why did I? All right. How far does kid have to go? Not far. Land one hit, kid, and you'll have some other white. Here, meteorite. Okay. Serge does nothing. Actually, you know what? It would be too painful. If Serge doing one weak attack is what's going to cause this thing to get another turn, too painful. If that happens because of too painful, it happens on Serge's turn. Okay, now we've got all of it. You defend. You land one attack. Go black. Okay. If this thing doesn't act right now, then we've tried one possible arrangement. Okay. Yellow, red, blue, green, white, black. There's nothing. No. Okay. Let's try something else. We gotta just build first. Because it's gonna do green. And I want to stick with the yellow-red first theory. Because it feels like that's a hint. The field starts with yellow and red there. But, for the moment, we also need to worry about the fact that we might die just for not paying attention to our own health and well-being. So, Do the revive +4. Kid's back in fine form. Now Kid will land a bunch of attacks and do her... I think she's got Recover All, or she has Heal All. She has one of them, for sure. Arrow Blaster. Not one so powerful it takes out Serge. That's right. Okay. What do you got for us, Kid? Heal All. Sure. And then Serge will get us started with a yellow. We'll see what we can do with this. Actually, I'll do as many attacks as I can. It's not going to jump in. You know what? Let's wait until it's jumped in again. Get as much elemental power banked as we can. And then immediately after it's done something, we'll try it. Okay. Here we go. Uplift. Yellow. Alright. Red. Okay. So, I could try another blue-green and do black-white, or I can bait this thing yet again. Hopefully it will do the green for me. I think that's what I'll try. Alright, fine. Yellow at least doesn't completely screw up this attempt. Which is starting over. We barely started. Okay. This is annoying, for sure. Oh, okay, we actually can't have uplift anymore. That's annoying. I got accustomed to a certain standard. Oh, great. And then Riddel misses. Okay. Okay. Well, Kid's whole thing is red. Oh, right. I didn't need to do uplift. I needed to do a red. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay. Hit it twice. And do something red. Oh, are the elements all restored when we use the Chrono Cross? It's not that they're not exhausting. That's probably what I was missing. Probably something I missed there. Okay. Forget it. Is that it? Okay. Blue-green, white. No, blue-green, black, white is what we're going to try to do. And it was awful darn helpful. So do I try to bait it into doing a green, knowing that I can't decide what it's going to do? No. Let's try to do it. Yellow, red, blue, green, black, white. Alright, Serge. You've got to land one hit. Oh, all you can land is one hit right now. You know what? Yes. Okay. That's fine. No, because then Riddel won't get a turn. Okay. Serge, you do need to do your lowest level. Do black-white this time. Oh, thank goodness. Because I have not... Despite everything I said, I didn't actually fully give level 1 all elements to all characters. Okay. Put this energy out in the world. We've got to land some hits for Serge to have another turn. This thing is innate white, too. Would it kill you to just use your turn once to give me what I actually need? Lord, give me strength. Okay, well. Try it again. If it is an order thing and nothing more, I think the underlying principles of saying yellow and red are first. That's, I would say I'm like 80% confident there. Very confident that 4 chromatics before the 2 black and white. Tough to say. I don't get the sense that there's a gimmick with this like there was with the Dario Masamune fight, where I eventually figured out, as long as I'm doing... Oh, telephone's ringing. Hang tight, gang. I'll be right back. Okay, back at it. Back at it, there we go. Okay. Use the Chrono Cross to start this thing over and hopefully get our elements back. And then... I think... Alright, here's the thought, actually. Let's get as much stamina. Not stamina. Let's get everybody's element grid as loaded as possible. Oh, but I want to do one good heal here. So let's do that. And then maybe a way to do this is get everybody to full elements before we even start trying to seed, so that we can just hopefully do it faster than this thing can react. We don't need to worry about integrating its elements at all? Maybe. Maybe I need... failing that, perhaps I need to take another closer look at all the elements. Like, is there one that allows you to cast repeatedly? Is there one that... whatever? I don't know. There's got to be a strategy for making this easier that I'm missing. That's what I'm saying. I will say that I think this is a cool... like, the general gimmick of finding the peaceful way to win is a great idea, and this specific way of, like, you know, the colors, the melody of all things, the secret element. That's all very good. But I think they could have omitted the enemy itself fucking with you the whole friggin' time and got the point across, and it still would be cool. All on its own. Also, we're at risk of Serge getting killed here, which would just be just a real kick in the head, as they say. Okay. You know what? That's enough elements to do the whole thing. In Riddel's grid, the least filled. So, okay. Now let me think about this. If we're trying to do 7 in a row, we would want all 3 of them to go, and then Serge to go at the very end. Serge will inevitably have to do a couple of attacks, unless I have Serge defend, and I just toggle between Kid and Riddel. In which case, Kid, Riddel, Kid, Riddel, Kid, Riddel. No, we wanted to go Riddel, Kid, Riddel, Kid, Riddel, Kid. Okay. Okay. So Serge, land that hit. You're on pure defending duty now. He's doing his green. Let's try this. Okay. Yellow, red. Blue, green, black, white. If we can do it, we're about to do it. Yellow. Scroll all the way to the left for this. Red. Not level 4. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Cure, might as well cure Serge. Blue. Suppose it's not the end of the world if he jumps in with a green here. It's the end of the world if he jumps in with anything else, though. If skipped Kid. Okay, jumped in with a green. Okay. Yellow, red, blue, green, black, white. A lot depends on the speed of right, of course. It's Riddel's turn. Black, white. We're gonna find out. The positioning of how many elements you can do in a row without any gimmicks before it acts, and the fact that it almost always does green, fills me with hope. Okay. Alright. Moment of truth. 2 of 4 for this current going theory. Okay. So we want to try yellow, red, green, blue. Black, white. So, build everything up. It'll do a green, of course. We'll all survive. We want to do one to heal. Try this again. Arrow Blaster, of course, on Serge, but he doesn't die. Which is the most important thing. He lands that hit. Riddel does Holy Healing. Around the horn a couple times here. Get back around to it, and we'll find out what happens, if anything. Serge, Serge should land one hit here. Now he's ready. Okay. Build up Riddel's stuff. As high as we can get it. Oh, the thing's acting now, of course. Oh, but it's acting with a yellow. So if it's yellow-red, then this is a... But it's going to act again in the run of this. There's nothing we can do but try. Yellow, red. Alright, green, blue, or blue, green. No, wait, I've tried all the possible, or within the current theory, I've done the blue, greens. So we have to do green, blue. Which means we're really hoping this friggin' thing doesn't do anything. Which is probably not gonna pan out. Big ol' heal all -3. Yeah, not bad. Just don't think we're gonna get back to it. Oh, I suppose one thing about being able to target the Time Devourer is that you can make this battle go on forever by just continuously healing it, right? Okay, it has not acted. Okay. Well, I guess we'll try white-black, but I don't feel like I can pull this off in the time allotted me before the thing acts again. Maybe it'll do a black for the first time. Perhaps. That'd be cool. No luck. Yellow. Oh, the anger. The pain. Okay. Yellow, red, green, blue. Thing is most likely to do green. One weak hit. Do a blue. You can't. She doesn't have a blue. She does have a blue at level 2. Okay. Nice lance. White, black, or black, white. And also, can I get them all? Can I make the attempts? We shall find out. I guess I'll do white, black. Ah. Well, I can still do it. No. Yes, I can. And this is timely anyways. Okay. White, black. We're trying white, black. Thing does not act. We're finding out. Okay. Under the going theory, which may not be right, there's a 50% chance this works. And if it doesn't work, but the going theory is right, then we've got it on the next go-around. If. Lots of ifs here. Okay. And that was yellow, red, green, blue, white, black. Yellow, red, green, blue, black, white. It's now what we want to try. We're all in good condition. Hey, it's even doing a yellow for us, but we're not going to bite on this. Oh man, so much depends on this thing playing long, huh? Trying hard not to kill the thing, using all weak attacks. While we build. Okay, so Riddel needs to do another heal, especially assuming Kid's not killed by this, which she probably won't be. Okay. Fine. Lousy, horrible thing. Oh, how I lose. Which I suppose we're supposed to. It's the Devourer of Time. It's not just Lavos. It's a Lavos that has eaten Schala's soul. And we like Schala. We should hate this thing. So I suppose in that sense, there's a ludo-narrative harmony going on here, where the gameplay elements are complementing the intended narrative effects. Yeah, do your stupid green thing. Don't care. Okay. Well, you defend. You do one weak attack. Search. Just but one. A single one. And then defend. Alright, Riddel. Get in there. Build elemental equity. Without accidentally winning the fight. Okay, now let's defend in a circle until it attacks. I was hoping to defend in a circle, get us all to max stamina, and then go cut loose. But it just did a yellow. I should try to capitalize. Okay, yes. Under the going theory, which isn't necessarily right. But if the going theory is right, then it has to go yellow, red, green, blue, black, white, Chrono Cross. Thing is more likely than not to do a green for me. I've never seen it do blue. Fine. Okay. Woo. Alright. Yellow, red, green. Blue. Which we'll absolutely use on Serge. Green, blue, black, white, Chrono Cross. Which is great, because the easiest one for Kid to do is definitely her level 1 black, not her level 1 white. Speaking of ludonarrative harmony, there's a very good chance that if this works, then as we get the sentimental happy ending, I'm also going to be weeping from relief. I'm not even willing to try a photon ray. Can you imagine? If we did the photon ray and this thing died, we did. Come all the way back around again. Okay. Yellow, red, green, blue, black, white. As long as this thing doesn't jump, I don't see why it would. As long as it doesn't jump in while Kid defends, we shall learn. Yellow, red, green, blue, black, white. And this is a moment of truth. Because my whole theory, at least my constrained theory by which there were 4 possibilities, is disproven if this doesn't work because we'll have tried all 4 possibilities. Yes! Oh, baby. Oh, baby. It feels good. Feels great. I don't think I'm going to cry. I'm going to, but oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, I should pay attention now. I worked hard for this. Turning up the sound now. Are we going to get Schala's theme or a variant of it? No. What kind of reminiscent in feel? Wait. Yeah, yes, actually. There it is. Open your eyes, Schala. You're free now. There we go. Credits roll. I've been waiting an eternity just for this very moment. Or do I have to scroll this text? Yeah. Meaninglessly hurting one another, the disappearing life forms. Love to hate, hate to love. Why are we born? Why do we die? Evolution? The survival of the fittest? What is there to be achieved from harming one another, killing one another? The eggs that we call planets, and the innumerable spermatozoa, the life forms which gather around them. That's quite a metaphor. When one of those countless seeds is joined with a planet, a new universe is born. All this exists for that one moment, all so that the universe can evolve into the next dimension. Does that make us all just pawns? Are each of our short lives nothing but a cheap sacrifice just so the one chosen life form can be born? No, that is not the case. Each and every one of us has a chance of becoming that one chosen life form. Yes, it could be you. Each of us tries to do our best with the hand we're dealt, be it our genes or the environment we live in. Each life form, struggling to make the best of the life it's given, forms a link in the golden chain that leads to the creation of a new universe. Every single thing in the whole of nature is perhaps just dreaming a dream of life. All of them are also perhaps nothing more than a dream dreamt by a planet before its birth. Think about it. Oh, but yes. Eventually, all dreams will return to Zurvan, the Sea of Dreams. Serge! Don't go yet, Serge. It's all right. Everything is all right now. Time, which has been divided, will be unified again now. The time for farewells has come. You will lose all memory of this whole adventure and return to your own time. But this time, you will be able to live your own life. Thank you. You have given me another wonderful memory of my dear Daria. I shall never ever forget my last moments with him. Thank you again and take care, Serge. We alone do not have the power to heal the world's woes or to solve all its mysteries. And yet, even then, it was... this is Kid talking the whole time? It was bloody good knowing you, mate. Thanks for being born you, Serge. I guess now's the time to say, see you later, mate, but I'll find you. Sometime, somewhere. I'm bloody sure of it. No matter the time, no matter the world you live in, I'll find you. I'm sure I will find you. Serge. Going out on a limb here, assuming this is Kid. Serge! Hey, Serge! This might be Lena. It's Lena. Serge! Serge! Hey, Serge! Are you alright? What's the matter? Don't scare me like that. You just passed out all of a sudden. What? Terra Tower? Fate? What are you talking about? We just got here. You got some Komodo dragon scales for me, don't you remember? You sound confused. Come on, Serge, get with the program. Our summer's only just started. Thus, the curtain closes on another tale. An eternity has passed. Fleeting dreams fade into the distance, and all that is left now is me and my memories. But I'm sure we'll meet again someday, you and I. Another place, another time. It's just that we might not realize that you are you and I am me. I'm choosing to do this in Serge's voice, which is my voice. I don't know. This could be Kid talking. Let us open the door to the great unknown. Come across another reality. Live another today. Even when the story has been told, life goes on. Until we meet again, take care of yourself, my friend. Yeah. Forever yours, Schala Kadzil. Well, I guess it wasn't really Kid, it was Schala. Not the daughter clone, but the original. I think. Even despite, I don't know. It's probably best not to think about these things too much. Okay. And then... Well, that was quite a journey. I am really, really glad that all these years later, thanks, Holmes. I think about puzzles a lot, and mainly because I use logic problems both to teach my engineering students a bit about logic, but also because writing up a technical description of your solution of a logic problem is a great technical writing exercise, and I'm a technical writing teacher. And as I've discovered, it's actually paying benefits in my ability to approach a problem and think about it. Especially because I've been playing Lolo on the weekends lately, and I was already pretty good at Lolo because I played a lot of Lolo when I was a kid and then a fair bit when I was older too. But I feel like I'm pretty good at breaking things down systematically, and yeah. Also, we got to acknowledge that yellow-red was I guess probably that element field was supposed to be a hint, but the combination of me looking at the element field at the start and being like, well, probably yellow and red are the first two, and then looking at the fact that it is more likely to do yellow than red, and being like, so maybe yellow first, even though it actually does green first most of the time. I don't know if that's even logic, as opposed to a lucky guess. Really? I totally failed at that observation. I kind of assumed that I must have missed a clearer clue about the specific way to do this, because I picked up all the clues that were giving me the basic, you gotta, these circles at the top are important, you gotta get all 7 in there in some sort of way, including the Chrono Cross. But yeah, the parts I was really confident about was that the first 4 would have to be the chromatic ones, and then white and black in some order. And then I'm just lucky that I fixated on that yellow-red. Because once I fixated on the yellow-red, it turned out that did break us down to just 4 possible combinations. And then, I guess bad luck, that I tried all 3 of the ones that don't work before I tried the one that worked. But it worked. Feels good. Of course. Oh, the tone. Like, I never would have got the tones. And I'm a musician. Not like a real musician, but like I play the guitar, I play the piano, whatever. And like, I can work a melody out by ear if you give me a whole bunch of time. Not in an amazing way. I was in a band in my youth with a dude who just had perfect pitch. It was incredible. He knew nothing about music theory, but he could listen to a melody and just kind of like, he'd take his guitar and he'd go like, and he'd be like, okay, that's the first note. And then just like, within a few seconds, he'd be playing the melody. It was crazy. With one go of the tones, I never would have been able to figure it out. I would have had to like record it, play it back to myself a bunch, and like, whew. Ooh. Yes, this is that one shot that this is not the one shot that I commented on the first time through, but the one shot that was very clearly not game engine animated. We're getting a follow-up on because that's the same girl from that shot. And it's Kid, right? I will find you. Even if I have to search the world over. Sometime, somewhere, I'm sure. So Kid's in the present day. Maybe. Or something. There she is on a beach. Is it Opassa Beach? Well, that was a much more satisfying ending. Okay, now I think it's time to learn some stuff here. Chrono Cross Wiki. Is there a Chrono Cross Wiki? Chrono.fandom.com. It's a Chrono Wiki, generally. Okay. Characters. List of Chrono Cross characters. Is this just a list of all... Yeah, okay. There's a separate NPC one. So I've got a list now of all the characters. Let's go down them. Serge, Kid, Lynx, Guile, Masked Magician. Oh, of course, that's the guy who I was like, who the hell is this guy? He's a handsome and enigmatic magician from the Xenan mainland in Chrono Cross. Da-da-da-da-da. Story. He's a member of the mysterious Magic Guild. Came to El Nido in search of mystery and curiosity. He's a friend of the fortune teller in Termina. He learned of Viper Manor, its status as an impregnable fortress. He busted in. While preparing, he met Serge and Kid. He decided to accompany them. From that time on, served as a member of the party. Did I have this guy in the party at some point? I'm just not remembering this at all. Recruitment. Okay, no. This guy was recruitable at one point. Interesting. That makes sense. Like a lot of sense based on looking at his appearance. But okay, so... And it says here, if you get him, you can never have Nikki and Pierre. I don't even know who the hell Pierre is. Okay, back to the list. Norris. I had Norris. Nikki. We had Nikki. Viper. Riddel. Karsh. Zoa. Marcy. Gorcha. Lucia! Makes sense that Lucia is recruitable. How could I have recruited Lucia? Recruitment. On your second visit to Viper Manor in another world, find her on the balcony and follow her to her lab. Well, that was low-hanging fruit. Cool. Okay. Poshel the Wonder Dog. Well, I didn't get the Wonder Dog, although I did observe him on the cover there. How to recruit. Find the Hekran bone under the bed in the room above the restaurant in Arnie Village in Homeworld, and then give it to Poshel. Where is Poshel? He's from Arnie. Oh, he's just in the village. Poshel will automatically join in Arnie Village after defeating Karsh, Salt, and Pepper. If you choose not to have Kid join the party. Okay. Cool. Rasley, a forest fairy. Obviously, I figured there'd be a recruitable fairy, although I did not recruit her. Oh no! This is sad. The way to recruit the fairy is when you're in the Hydra Marshes, you have to save her from the Pentapus before killing the Hydra. Which means that I just missed whatever path would have taken me to her, and she got eaten by whatever the Pentapus is. That's sad. Yeah, let's absolutely save this game. Save it here officially. For all the dreamers. Let's see whatever's playing on the title screen now. Can be our soundtrack for my wiki. You know what? Hold on. Hold on. Let's kick this up a notch. In dynamism. I still don't think it will be very dynamic, but... What am I doing here? Window capture. There. Maybe I will do this though. Alright. To the title screen. No, not just this screen. To the menu screen. What? What's going on here? Oh, right, because I'm just in Chrono Cross. Never mind. Whatever. Close it. Start it back up. Get a song playing. Okay. Back to the list. Okay. So we didn't get Rasley. I got Zappa. I got Orcha. Oh, I should look into where that crazy hammer comes from. But okay, got Orcha. I had Radius. I had Fargo. Matcha from Guldo. Korcha's mom is recruitable. Okay. If you decide not to save Kid after she's been poisoned. Well, there's no chance I was ever going to get that. If you've watched me play any RPG, you know that I, at the best of times, have trouble not making the goody two-shoes choice always. Glenn. Obviously, I expected being able to recruit Glenn, but I never did. And then I started to think today, when I was thinking, I'll find out all the characters I didn't get. Surely Glenn is one of them. And then I thought, what if he's not? Because there didn't seem to... Nothing came up in the Dario resolution about Glenn. Okay, he's recruited in a not-so-obvious way, no kidding, for a character who seemed so obviously important and recruitable. When given the choice to help Kid, choose not to help her. That was never going to happen. When Matcha takes Serge into Termina for a brief amount of time, so this is downstream from having Matcha, go to the entrance where you first meet Glenn. You will see him have a conversation with the Flower Lady at the entrance once more. Do as you please when you feel the time is right. Return to the boat where Matcha is, and Gwen will hop down from the ledge and request if you can join me. Okay. Lena was recruited. Is this about showing? Turn down Kid's invitation to join the party at Cape Hal. Lena will join the next morning along with Kosher. Okay. Mickey was recruited. That's not surprising. What I'm really interested to see. Oh. Thank you, Holmes. Turn that down a fair bit. Thank you. Okay. Now. Yeah, how do we get Miki? After cleaning out Marble, just speak to her. That was low-hanging fruit. Could have had that. Okay. Harl. Obviously, we had Harl. Oh, why does every website have to be hideous and filled with ads? I mean, people are going to make money somehow. Even just to pay the server fees. Janice. The bunny girl trainer. Oh, yeah, and she's got the ears. So I noticed her today on that title screen. Defeat 3 rounds. Oh, I never did that tournament. Defeat 3 rounds of her monsters. Obtain doppelgangers for Sprig by having her or someone equipped with Forget-Me-Not Pot achieve killing blows on various enemies on your journey and in the Bend of Time. They'll also be added to your list of available monsters with which to fight Janice. Never really explored that aspect of the game. Okay. Draggy we had, Starky we had, Sprig we had. Mojo, the cursed voodoo doll. This guy. What was the answer? Get the shark tooth by talking to the fisherman in his basement in Arnie Village. After meeting Kid at Cape Hal, give it to his counterpart in Arnie Village. Either the fisherman's counterpart or the thing's counterpart. And then Mojo will join the party. Okay, so it had nothing to do with that spark of life item that I was puzzling over. So perhaps this, I'm seeing now, Neopheo. Right, of course. Once the thing was not called Neopheo, I should have known. But turnip. A literal turnip boy. Okay. Recruitment. Use either the Ice Gun or Ice Breath on the dark patch of ground in Hermit's Hideaway. I tried that, didn't I? The burnt out place where it said the ground was too cold. But then you needed the dog. I did not have the dog. Okay, cool. That's a fun character. That's the kind of character that I thought Starky was. A completely unnecessary, goofy side character. Not a character who is absolutely crucial at a key point in the game. Greco. Skelly. Fun Guy. The Mushroom Man. Wait, I skipped over the Neopheo. The Neopheo is in Viper Manor? Okay. Found in the Life Sparkle. Find the Life Sparkle in Hydra Marshes. Bring it to the pool at the top of Viper Manor. Never would have thought to try that. Who's this Mushroom Man? Earn a mushroom by either, if you covered the hole in the sewers under Viper Manor, catch the bug, which is the bottom right of the screen, or, in the Shadow Forest cave fight the wraith near the hole, save the boy if you didn't close the hole, then give the mushroom to the man under the waterfall in Shadow Forest. Whoosh. I have no idea what any of that is talking about. Fungi was not in the cards for me. Uranus. Mel, the doodling brat. Oh yeah. Adopted daughter of Matcha. If you choose to save Kid after she was poisoned, choose to search for Mel after she steals Kid's elements, talk to Mel after Korcha has joined your party permanently. Korcha never... Did Korcha join my party permanently? Anyway, I was close to that, I think. Leah, Van, Sneff, Stina, the Shrine Maiden. Oh yeah, I had Stina. Did I? No, I just know Stina. How do you get Stina? Recruitment. After defeating the 6... Oh yeah, I had her. Yeah. You just get it. That's part of the plot. Doc, the village physician? Humans are like totally powerless, dude. Would have just been redundant to have him Sounds so similar to Nikki. Doc will join your party if you choose not to find the cure to Kid's poison. After Kid recovers, Doc can be recruited in Guldove. Supposed to be done before entering Mount Pyre. Okay. Doc, Grobich, Pierre, the self-proclaimed hero. Never even... Huh. He speaks Franglais, it says. When in need of a guide to Viper Manor, show the hero's medal to Pierre on the back of Zappa's smithy and Termina. You'll never get Nikki or Guile. Okay. Okay. Orla, a gladiatrix barkeep. Defeat her in Guldove as Lynx. So apparently I could have provoked her to attack me. After Serge returns to the party, give her the sapphire brooch. Or did I fight her? The boss fought during the Poirier invasion. She defeats the Poirier soldiers, threatened Gordov. Right. Okay, that was another thing I should have been taking notes on. I never followed up on that. Okay. There's only one more on the list. Pip. Another wacky creature type character, I'm thinking. Oh, I had Pip. Great. Okay. So there's that. There's two other things I want to know here before we shut down. What's the story with Lisa? No, there's nothing. I felt sure there must be some cool thing you do with her. Because she has a portrait, and there's stuff with her dad that I didn't quite understand. And then the only other thing that I want to look up right now, not that I'm going to dive into it in great detail. Go back to Chrono Cross for a minute. Story, I'm just going to look right at the end here. Serge does this, this happens, this happens. Boom. Okay, I gotta do a Google. Chrono Cross endings. All 11 unique endings. Neat. So there were 11. Probably a lot of that's New Game Plus stuff, a la Chrono Trigger. Alright. This is still very loud even in my headphones, so I'll just put those away for the moment. Get the browser off the screen. Alright. Concluding thoughts. An excellent game. I love the story. I enjoyed it all the much more because I did Radical Dreamers first. So good tie-in there. For me, the ties back to the original Chrono Trigger are well done. I understand, I think, although anyone who wants to jump into the chat and clarify this, the parts of Chrono Trigger fans who object to Chrono Cross, I think I understand where they're coming from. Because it seems like the heart of it would be that it diminishes the heroism of the original characters by saying, Lavos wasn't really stopped, we got to stop him again. And part two, that like Luca died in a horrible orphanage fire. I can see. Oh, I'm being called to. 1 second, gang. Hang tight. Please elaborate on that thought, Holmes. I would love to hear why you found it unfulfilling. Be right back. 1 second. Okay, back at it. Is it fulfilling or not to me as a sequel to Chrono Trigger? I think in some ways it very much was. Like, I think that to begin with, it's a clever way to do a sequel to Chrono Trigger. To, like, for example, we kept a lot of the time travel theme, except we split here into timelines, and also just saying, hey, the lost future is still waiting. That threat remains. And I think that both Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross benefit from the fact that they are very geographically restricted. Chrono Trigger never pretends that you're exploring the entire world. You're exploring one little region, at specifically the region where Lavos landed and then incubated for millennia. You're exploring just that narrow region at different points in time. And Chrono Cross does the same kind of thing with the timelines. You're in a very specific geographic place. You're in the El Nido Archipelago. You are not in, a lot of JRPGs give you the whole world map, and you have to kind of, my favorite game ever, Final Fantasy VI. If you try to actually think about the world of Final Fantasy VI as being only what the game shows you, it makes no sense. How's there this technologically advanced world when there's 15 cities? And there don't even seem to be countries. It doesn't make any sense. But it's easy enough to say, well, this is just a representation, and you can do the work in your mind to say, really, there are probably all kinds of cities, but we just go to the important ones. Or whatever. Narsh is the capital city of a mining country or something. Thing like that. But you don't have to do any of that with Chrono Trigger or Chrono Cross. They're not pretending that you're exploring the whole world. And then we can go to a whole different place. And these games are set in the same world. We never have to visit the same locations. Except for the future. Because we did go to the place from the future when we got there. So a lot of cleverness in design and keeping common elements in some ways that unite the games while having a completely different cast. My biggest objection, you may not be surprised to hear this, is that I wish that Chrono had never said a word. But that's okay. I enjoyed the little cameos there. I do think it's horrible to think about any version of Luca, no matter how many timelines, even if we can say it's not that Luca. I don't want Luca to die in a horrible orphanage fire. So thumbs down to that emotionally. But what I'll say in defense of the choice is that it's a good way to take advantage of a Chrono Trigger fan's emotional investment in Luca to align them emotionally with Kid. As opposed, Kid could be traumatized and vowing revenge for just some character who died in the orphanage fire. And we could empathize with that. Or sympathize with that. But we're forced to empathize with it when we're like, they burned Luca? So, yeah, there's that. In other ways, I really like the battle system in this game. And I really like the battle system in Chrono Trigger. But there is a degree to which it's just why not have a battle system that was more similar to Chrono Trigger just because it's a sequel? It would have been cool. I understand how it would have been very hard to pull off with a cast of 41 characters or 42 characters or whatever. To have double text and triple text. There'd be a lot of multiplication there. And I also understand why it wasn't technologically feasible to both go to 3D polygon models on 2D pre-rendered backgrounds and maintain the Chrono Trigger style, which I wish every JRPG forever had just stolen after Chrono Trigger existed, of all the battles being built into the environment and turn-based battles happening right there on the exploration screen. Yeah. But on the whole, I certainly agree it's an amazing game. And there are ways in which, it's novel to keep the time focused, but go to time lines at the same point in the timeline, as opposed to time travel. But there's an element of, some time travel here would be really important. Yeah, that is probably also worth noting here. I am over a decade removed from the most recent time I played Chrono Trigger, and decades removed from the 90s when I was emotionally wrapped up in playing Chrono Trigger multiple times. And so I'm less struck, like, but because it is a tonal shift. I think like Chrono Trigger is a pretty serious story in a lot of ways, and there's a lot of goofiness in Chrono Cross, but Chrono Cross spends a lot more time spelling out its philosophical themes, some of which, you know, I've commented at various points, become kind of a little incoherent, even if the core themes are pretty well developed. So yeah, there are ways in which, you know, it's not exactly what you want, and I can see it. The closer you are temporally to your first Chrono Trigger experience and your Chrono Cross experience. I mean, these games were published like 4 or 5 years apart. So maybe I just did myself a solid by taking a pass on Chrono Cross because I heard other people complaining that it wasn't a real or good sequel, and I came back to it at a time when I can appreciate the ways in which it is a good sequel and not be as let down by the ways in which it isn't. In which some ways it isn't even trying to be. It's impressive. Radical Dreamers did some of the heavy lifting here, but like Chrono and Serge are both just silent protagonists, and yet I feel like I have a pretty strong sense of their personalities being different. And Radical Dreamers didn't really do that much heavy lifting because the Serge of the Radical Dreamers timeline is explicitly like a whiny, wimpy coward that this Serge just clearly can't be. The story doesn't make any sense if you assume that Serge is being dragged along through all of this. Yeah. And what I really came to like, although I wish I'd been able to anticipate it, is the complexity that of your interactions with the world through actually having to choose the item, the key item, as opposed to just have it in your possession and press the context button, and also the standard which characters in your party will affect if a context button does certain things or if you have certain conversations, but then expanding the cast massively. Because what the game managed to do with that is not really just, you know, even though you're in a linear plot line with a few like forks about like, you know, whether you chose to help Kid or didn't or whatever, to decide which characters you can have. You're in a pretty linear plot line, but you're constantly expected to figure out what or how to do the next step. And had I would have spent a lot less time getting stuck and then needing to rely on rewatching my own videos to figure things out. If I had known that and I'd taken notes like I do when I'm playing the Ultima games and Starflight or Star Control, anything else or Quest for Glory, anything else I've played on this stream, at least in an adventure RPG style, I've approached like that, but I just thought, it's a narrative JRPG. You know, it's not going to be Final Fantasy X. Like, there's always a blue arrow on the minimap saying, go here for the next poorly voice-acted cutscene. No, that's not fair. Not poor voice acting, poor voice production of the acting. It's not the actor's fault that they sound like they were forced to record lines separately from each other without any context. Yeah. Had I anticipated them, I probably would have had a much shorter playthrough. Got my Wednesdays back sooner. Because for now, the Wednesday streams are going away. At least till the end of this term, I need my Wednesday evenings back. But we'll see. There are things about my winter schedule, even though my winter is technically always busier, like in terms of, because I have way more students. Yeah, it absolutely is. Which is why I just wanted to grab myself there and say, wait, no, it's not bad voice acting. It's bad voice stuff. But it's not necessarily fair to blame the actors for that. Yeah. I'm really, really glad that I played this game. Finally. Oh, doesn't all fit on the screen, so for anyone watching this later, I'll say. Holmes started by saying, I had also been assuming the Chrono Cross would follow up on the one huge loose ending that Chrono Trigger's ending highlighted. If you have Magus in your party and the normal ending, he goes off to search for Schala. Chrono Cross provides a resolution to what happened to Schala. It's very different from someone, who wants Magus to be there and finding out and getting an answer. And and perhaps that is why they were ultimately just like, oh yeah, this, it wouldn't be fulfilling end to Magus' ending, or Magus' loose thread. Yeah. And that was one thing, I can appreciate why they did it, especially because I think that's a very sound point. But it's a little disappointing in the context of having had Magus very clearly represented in Radical Dreamers, and then we're just gonna we couldn't thread this needle. Just forget about it. In that sense, Chrono Cross for me might have been a little bit of a letdown of a sequel to Radical Dreamers. But yeah, here we are. Yeah. So I might return, maybe not to Chrono Cross, because a lot more work goes into doing alternate plotlines. Or maybe I will, someday in the future. I feel pretty confident I'm going to return to Radical Dreamers, just to see what the different plots are in that with the New Game Plus. But yeah, I'm really, really, really glad that I finally came around, gave this a shot. Once we set aside any questions about qualities as a sequel, as a self-contained work, I thought it was great from pretty much beginning to end. I think the final boss fight, specifically with the Time Devourer constantly jumping in and messing up the elemental plotting, could have been implemented a bit more smoothly. But I don't think I have any other major gameplay complaints about the game. And I love the narrative, and I love the characters, and I loved how much there was to find by poking around. Oh, the hammer! That other one remaining loose end. Chrono Cross hammer. How to get the Master Hammer. Okay. First, beat Sage on the Zelbus. Okay. Beating Fargo in the minigame. Go find the Sage. I did do the Sage. Restore Marbule. I did that. Beat the Dragon Gods and complete Fort Dragonia. Huh. It says the Dragon Tier can be used at the entrance of Fort Dragonia in the homeworld to solve all its puzzles. I don't understand that. There's a boss battle at the end of the dungeon. And then, with all these steps completed, add Zappa to your party, head to the cave in the top left corner of Marbule in the home timeline, the Serge didn't drown timeline. There's now an NPC inside this cave that sells the Master Hammer for 10,000 gold. Yeah. Fortunately, I didn't suffer in the end for the want of rainbow weapons, because no, that was never going to happen. I was never even slightly close to grokking to that, even though I'd fulfilled most of the steps. Use the Dragon Tier at the entrance to Fort Dragonia in Homeworld to solve all its puzzles. I don't even understand what that means. I'll have to watch a video or something on YouTube. Find out what the fuck that even, what it means. Okay. This was a great experience. Awesome. So, our time with Chrono Cross is done, at least for now. And our time together on Wednesday evenings, my friends, is at an end, at least for now. But the JRPG fun is not over. Because this Saturday, while I'm still going to do some Adventures of Lolo, because I'm on Lolo 3, I might as well see, for now at least, in the fullness of time, it's time to do all the Eggerland games. But if I could finally beat Adventures of Lolo 3 for the first time in my life, I don't know how I did this, but playing those games since I was a kid, and I've resisted ever looking at a solution to any of the puzzles. And I've made it pretty close to the end of Lolo 3, and a part of the world map where the Great Devil's Lair, or whoever the villain is within view. But maybe now I can win. So I'm going to put in a little time on that, but then I'm going to set it aside at some point, and we're going to dive into the Live Alive remaster. I love Live Alive. I have played it before, so that's different from every other RPG I've done here. But I've played it before once, fan translation, the original Super Famicom version on an emulator at least 20 years ago. And I don't have really super strong... it's not fair to say I don't have super strong memories. I have in some ways I have very super strong memories, but not in a I will just cruise through the game kind of way. And then the remaster adds a whole new element. It's an official translation. I don't know if they added content, if they tweaked some stuff, whatever. And it uses that beautiful HD 2D style that Squaresoft used for Octopath Traveler. Sounds very promising. And like, it's so cool, Holmes. The basic gimmick is at the start, you've got 7 characters you can choose from, and they're all from different time periods. And they all just have their own, they all use the same engine, but they're all just their own discrete little adventure. And they also have distinct gimmicks. Like the ninja's plotline is like he's breaking into some, important castle. And so it's a quasi stealth adventure. And the cowboy, there's a western, and it's a kind of like high noon setup. We know the bandits are coming, so it's just 2 phases. Prepare the town, prepare defenses and traps in the town as fast as you can with a time limit or something. And then part 2, the bandits come, and your traps or your preparation will determine how hard it is, and then you got to fight them. The caveman plot, the gimmick is that there's no text boxes, just little speech bubbles with pictures above them. The future gimmick, there's a robot on a space station, and everyone on the space station has been killed. It's a murder mystery, and there's no combat that I'm aware of in that one, that I can remember. The present guy is a fighter, and it's just a fighting game. There's 7 enemies, like 7 boss fights. Pick them in whatever order you want, and beat them. It's really, really cool. And there's more to it than that, but we'll discover that as we're going. I don't want to spoil that for any potential audience member. So I'm pretty excited to get started with that. So that's happening Saturday, as well as some Adventures of Lolo 3 if you enjoy watching. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I thought, like, from the first moment before there was ever a patch, just when I learned in my emulator phase in the late 90s that there were all these Squaresoft RPGs that never came out that never came to the SNES. Just got them all, and like most of them was just like, well, there's nothing I can do with this. It's all Japanese text. But the one thing that we could do besides booting them up and being like, this Western song is really cool, we could do the caveman one. Because it still couldn't make sense in the menus, but the actual game you could play, because it's all speech bubbles. It's really cool. And it has a fun little tactical combat system where it is, like, it's a small tactical field. And so it's like close quarters combat, but you are moving around a grid in addition to doing basic JRPG moves on each other. It's really neat. So, yeah, coming up on the agenda. No Friday Night Forgotten Circles this week. Greg is unavailable. But then, Saturday, if you like watching a cute little blue or pink blob push blocks around, I'll be playing some Adventures of Lolo 3, and then we'll dive into Live Alive. I don't know how I'm going to decide what order to do the stories in, but I'll think about it. And then Sunday, Ultima 7: The Black Gate, a game that is filled with poorly executed RPG mechanics, but that is still awesome so far because it's Ultima. We're in Britannia. We're talking to people. We're figuring stuff out. It's awesome. And then, Stars Align next Tuesday. Be playing some more Kunio-kun with my buddy Greg on a show we like to call Greg and James Beat 'em Up. And for now, at least till the end of this year, 2022, those are the days when I'll be streaming. Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Wednesdays are over for now, but it's been a great pleasure sharing my Wednesdays with you folks since July doing this. To anyone who's here right now, thank you. To anyone who stopped by at any point along the way while I've been playing Chrono Cross, thanks for joining me on this journey. It's a ton of fun. Hey, if you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate it. If you came and you left, I especially understand that if you did that during this this lengthy, just me talking at the end period. But you came, you left, you can't hear my voice. I'm so glad you came. So thank you. And hey, until the next time that one of us spermatozoa of the universe joins up with a planet and creates a whole new universe, and we're all in it together, and we all hopefully remember each other, and we can find each other yet again. Take care of yourselves, and be kind to everyone you